All right, guys, I'm going to cover how ballpark effects work in high leverage baseball. I hope you can see everything well enough. Okay, so this is a two-page PDF, and I just put this together really quickly. We have some sample ballparks over here just to look at. You can see that when you roll a ballpark impact, um, what you're going to do is on the player cards, when you have a player card and you roll a ballpark, the ballpark roll is going to be on the I column, right? So what you do is you finish out the play in the ball and play column. So you generate a hit or an out like normal. Then we go over to the ballpark impact to see if the hit is taken away and turned into an out because of the ballpark, or if it's an out, if it's turned into a hit because of a ballpark. And each of these rows has a different mechanism, and I'm going to explain that really, really quickly in this video. And if you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments section, or I have a community of high leverage baseball on Facebook. Now, let's say the result was an out after you do the roll in the ball and play column, after getting a ballpark or a park roll. So again, on the player cards, I don't know if you can see this, probably not. Park rolls are 34-35 on a pitcher. And on a batter, they are 966, 967. So basically one out of every 250 at bats. So you get a hit. Okay. You get a hit. What do we do when you get a hit and you have a ballpark impact? So let's say you have the blackened area. Let's just look at Arizona's ballpark, Chase Field. On a hit, you have black for a single, black for a double, black for a triple, and then 1 to 28 on a home run. What does this mean? Okay. If the ball in play was a hit, check the hit row and the hit type. So if it was a single, you would check the column for a single. If it was a double, you would check the column for a double. In Chase Field, there's nothing under a single, nothing under a double, nothing under a triple, but there is something under a home run. So let's go back here. Now roll 2d10 to get a number between 1 and 100. And if this number falls within the range for that type of hit, the result was an out. So let me explain. So let's say you have a ball and play check or a ballpark check in Arizona, and you get a single. Well, in Arizona, there's not a lot of variance regarding the actual ballpark and the league average, so there's no impact. Same for double, same for triple. You can see they're black here. On a home run, though, you can see the number between 1 and 28. So if your batter rolled a home run after getting a park check or a ballpark check, if you roll a 1 to a 28, that home run is taken away and turned into a flyout. This is because home runs are a little bit stingy in Chase Field. If you go down to Truist Ballpark, you can see you can take away doubles or triples. In Baltimore, Oriole Park, you can take away doubles and home runs. At Fenway Park, you can take away home runs. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. For example, in a ballpark check occurs in Fenway, 1 to 4, you would roll 1 to 100 and take that away. Now, on an out check, it's different. If you roll an out on a ball in play after getting a park check, excuse me, my dogs are going crazy. If you roll an out after getting a park check, then you roll 2 dice 100. If you get 1 to 6, looking at Chase Field, if you get 1 to 16, it would turn into a single. 17 to 29, it would turn into a double. 30 to 32, it would turn into a triple, and there would be no chance for a home run adjustment. So this means in Chase Field, you're more likely to get some singles, some doubles, and a slight bump on triples. So you can kind of see there's a plus or minus at play here. On outs, you have a chance to get more singles, doubles, and triples. And when the ball is hit, you have a chance to take away home runs. So what does this tell you about Chase Field? You tend to get a little bit more singles when it comes to the ballpark, a few more doubles, just a hair more triples. But when it comes to home run, you get fewer home runs. Does that make sense? So each of these rows is handled differently. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this. I hope it's not too confusing. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.